We're going to go live. 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody. We are live. Appreciate you guys being here. If you're watching this live, awesome. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out. Let's talk mindset. If you are here and you are watching this on the replay, which I will post this replay on YouTube and everywhere you've listened to podcasts, Spotify, Apple, Amazon. Appreciate you just as much as the live viewers. Thanks for being here. We're going to give this a minute. It usually takes a little while. I know I talk about this a lot, but since I am live on YouTube and on TikTok, I should say, it does take a minute for people to hop in, for the algorithm to recommend things. So we're going to give it here a minute, but we are going to talk about mindset, talk about the mindset journal a little bit. And then we're going to discuss the topic at hand for today, which is always relevant to mindset. But last night, having a conversation with my boys, and we were talking about manifestation, visualization, and mental reps. Queen Elizabeth, what's going on? Simply G33, what's happening? How are you? Glad you're here. Glad you're hanging out. Deb Johnson, Momby3 something. STM, save the music. Nicole Ann, what's going on? How are you? Getting some people. Laura, the Millie, Fanny, Wild Bill. Is that Wild Bill Hickok? Angel, my God, man, there's a lot of people popping in and out. Hey, thanks for you guys being here. Save the music. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out. We're just kind of getting started, letting everybody come on in, like always. But we are going to talk mindset. As always, if you have any questions or want to bring something up, by all means, drop it in the chat. I don't know that we will do any live guests or anything today, but we might. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. Thrash, all Nash and something. Ms. Narat. I got to go over here to see if it gives me your entire names. A little bit. Irma, forever. William Wallace. Is that your actual name, or do you just really enjoy Braveheart? I'm just curious. I do too. Don't get me wrong. I love Braveheart. My favorite scene is the rock scene, right? Where they're throwing the rock. Yeah. Stash style. Dude, what's up, man? Chelsea Rose, what's going on? How's everybody going? Jack. Ooh, just Jack. But yeah. Oh, man. Let's see who we got on here. Stash style. Appreciate you. Kelly, Kai, Laura the Millennial. Laura the Millennial. You are like the millennial. I like it. How are you guys doing today? What are we talking about? Chelsea Rose Hill. So I'm a mindset coach. So we're going to talk about mindset. Just like my intro. Come on in, take a seat. Let's talk mindset. So we're going to get into it here in a little bit. Just a couple seconds here. I'm just making sure everything is running live and we are streaming well, but we can get right into it. No problem. It looks like everything is, we're just going to double check, up and running. Let's just refresh that to double check. So yeah, we're talking all things mindset today. Chelsea Rose Hill. How to utilize your mindset to build the future that you want, or to ignite your self-confidence so that you can create the future that you want, the life that you want. Dude, what's going on? And we're live here, TikTok, and we're live on YouTube. And I will do a replay. If you cannot stay and hang out for the entire show, the entire time we're on, I will post this on YouTube and where you listen to podcasts, whether that's Spotify, Apple, or Amazon, it will be there as well. So anyway, I have no confidence. Okay, Chelsea, I'm here for you. I'm here to try and help you at least. One thing I want you to know is everybody at some point in their life has felt no confidence. So first of all, we have to realize that, hey, we're not alone. It can feel like we're alone, but we're not alone. Okay. Everybody deals with it. And it's a normal human emotion to lack confidence, to try and drive us into safety. And we can talk about that later, but here's what I talk about. And this is because this is what I live. I want you guys to know too, if you are new here, I appreciate you guys coming on and hanging out with me. Everything that I teach and I preach is all things that I learned through my own life experience or through books or whatever, content that I have consumed, um, videos, podcasts, everything, and I attribute it to my life or try to incorporate into my life and see what works and what doesn't. So I don't just teach and preach; I live this stuff, and I do it still to this day. Chelsea, just so you know, yeah. So, nurse, my confidence is in my job, but that's about it. Yeah, no, I get that, and that's a lot of times that we'll get to the confidence and what I do to help on those days when I'm not feeling confident, or in my past when I haven't had that self confidence. A lot of times we do completely identify with our job. I know I have in the past, and we identify with it so heavily that depending on how our job is going, whether it's going well or not, that actually dictates the way that we're feeling just about life in general. And again, I'm speaking to myself. Like if I am working hard, things are rocking and rolling, we're making money, we're building new relationships, we're cultivating that network, whatever we're doing, taking care of patients, whatever it is, and we're feeling good, then we associate and we identify with that so much that things are on a high. But then when things aren't going, we're struggling, or we're just not getting something, or we're trying to learn a new skill, or we're whatever it is, whatever challenges, then we're low. We're really, really low. And that's because we identify with it so much. One thing that has helped me through some of that when it comes to identifying and associating so much of my work is I do try to remember that my job is not who I am, right? It's a part of who I am and it makes up a part of who I am, but it's not completely who I am. It's not solely what I am. And so sometimes we have to sit with that and think about it. Think about, well, who am I? What am I? What are my principles? What are my values and things? And that can really help too, is, kind of just take some time to think. And we'll get into the mindset journal a little bit more, but that's part of the E. Oh, see, it's going to be blurry. The E in mindset is we've got to take time to evaluate, we have to take time to plan, evaluate, critically think about who we are, what we're doing. That's a big, important part of that. So steps that you can do that I have done, that I continue to do to this day to help build that confidence. So I've done some videos on this, and so I've talked to my athletes and my clients about this quite a bit. Where does confidence come from? Confidence comes from knowing that we can do the thing that we're going to try and do. The problem sometimes is the fact that we haven't done it yet. So we don't have confidence because we don't know that we can do it. Does that make sense? Am I explaining myself well enough? So one thing that we can do, and this is what I do, if I woke up tomorrow morning and I had no confidence, what I would do is I would pick one thing, and we'll get to what that one thing can be, but I would pick one thing and I would commit to doing it for a minimum of 30 days. Preferably 60 or 90 days, because, and there's a reason for that, right? There's science that backs creating and changing habits, whether they're good habits or bad habits. There's science behind how long it takes you to do that. So that's what I would do, is I would pick one thing that I would commit to doing every single day, and show up for myself and do it. And that one thing can, yeah, and we'll get back to you, Chelsea. I for sure will. That one thing can be literally be anything. It's just because, you see, confidence comes from not only knowing that you can do the things you're going to do, but confidence in that you trust in yourself, that you are going to do what you say you're going to do, that you're going to show up every day, no matter what, and you're going to do what you say you're going to do. Now, so there's two different things we talked about right there, right? Is knowing that you can do the thing. Well, if you've never done the thing, then you really don't know that you can do it. But that's where kind of faith comes in, right? But that's where the other confidence that I'm talking about there is the confidence in knowing that if you say you're going to do something, you're actually going to do it. That right there will build so much momentum and so much confidence that you will be able to take on. So when you talk about that, Chelsea, and you say my confidence is hindered by fear or judgment, absolutely. And again, I go back to this because as human beings, we do want to feel a sense of community, want to belong. So just so you know, everybody feels the fear and the judgment. Everybody's afraid of that. I am too. In fact, every time I go live, before I even shoot a video, even if I'm not going live, if I'm just going to shoot a video, I set up a camera and I'm like, you know what? We've got this topic we want to talk about. There's a sense of fear of judgment. What are people going to say? What are they going to think of this? Are they going to like it? Are they going to talk trash? And here's the deal. Even if it's something that I completely believe in, there's still going to be people out there that are going to talk trash. But here's the thing too. Their opinions don't matter. I'm just going to flat out and say it. If you are here bringing negativity, then your opinion doesn't matter to me. Now, if you want to have a discussion and a conversation about something because we disagree about something, that's different. But if you're just coming here to throw shade, then your opinion doesn't matter. So that's the thing, Chelsea. It's hard. It's easier said than done to not fear it. But courage, that's the other thing too, is your confidence is hindered by fear or judgment. So it's the courage thing, right? But let's back up a second. OWG, what up? Foster Vermoma, that was a tough one. Van Dam. Big Meat, BB. Yep, what's up? I'm not going to say that one. I almost did. So Chelsea, yeah, let's talk about the confidence and the hindered by fear. Let's get back to that. Let me get a drink real quick. I'm feeling very parched today, folks. I don't know if I just sweat it all out, but yeah, we'll definitely. So getting back to the fear, and then we'll come back to that too. I love it, Chelsea. Chelsea, you are fantastic. Thank you so much for engaging and keeping this conversation going. I love it. It's fantastic. One thing that I do talk to my clients and my athletes a lot about is we talk about courage. Like, what does courage mean? And a lot of times people will, and because I did too, before I really sat down and thought about this a lot, I was like, well, what does courage mean? It means that you're brave, that you're going to go out there and put yourself out there and you're going to do things. You're going to do hard things and you're not going to quit. But then I really thought about it. And this is something that I emphasize is courage is not doing something in absence of fear. It's actually doing it in spite of fear. So think of some of the people, for instance, this is a perfect example of you, Chelsea. You said you're a nurse. One of the things that I do ask a lot of times is, who are the heroes in our lives? And the smaller kids, like my younger athletes, they'll be like, oh, Superman, like the superheroes, right? But then we take it back and we're like, but who are the everyday heroes? Who are those people that we see as heroic? It's first responders, it's doctors, it's nurses, it's EMTs, it's policemen, it's firefighters, it's, all these people, the first responders, right? And I truly believe that they are the everyday heroes, in my opinion. So I ask them, I'm like, do you ever think that those heroes are afraid? Do you ever think that they are fearful to go do the job that they have signed up to do? And sometimes they'll say no. And I'm like, well, but let me tell you, they are. There are many times when those people are afraid to do the job. But you know what? They do it not because the fear is not there. They do it in spite of that fear. So even if they're afraid, they know that they've got an obligation to do what. I need to figure out how to block people. Good question, Quippy. I'm not going to respond. Well, I just did respond. But let's that's pretty funny. Maybe that's your thing because your name is Quippy. I don't know. I don't think that's very quippy though, but I appreciate you liking the live. Thanks for doing that. I do appreciate that. So yeah, we can definitely have fear. Fear is a normal emotion to have. And let's think about why we do have that fear. Fear it's a natural, a human emotion because the fear is our brain trying to keep us safe, right? Keep us comfortable. And that's hardwired into our being. It just is. However, we can't let the fear overtake us, right? We just can't. And that's easier said than done, but there's ways that we can get through that, build that confidence, get rid of that fear. And one of those ways you do is, like I said, pick one thing that you can do every single day. Show up and do it every single day, no matter what. For instance, in the month of December, towards the end of every year, my friends over at Mountain Tough, they do a gratitude challenge. And I love it because I do practice gratitude every day in my life. And that's part of the S in mindset is, your soul and practicing gratitude. I just want to see something real quick. Give me a minute. Oh, that's backwards, isn't it? Hold on a second, people. I am sorry. Hi, there we go. Is that better? Now you guys can read it? Goodness gracious, Josh. See, I make mistakes. There you go, Chelsea. Look at that. That I could have let that fear hold me back, but we're not going to. But anyway, so that's the one thing that we do is we practice gratitude. So what they do is every towards the end of every year, they do for a month a gratitude challenge. And that's where you practice gratitude. Now, how you do that and how they do it, because they're a fitness lab, they're a fitness program. They say you need to walk, run, or ruck 1 mile every day outside, unplugged, no earbuds, no podcast, no music, every day in the month of December, let's say, because last year it was December. No matter what your climate is. Now, our climate here is we have some pretty harsh winters at times. It can get sub-zero temperatures. There can be snow. It can be freezing, all that stuff. But what you can do to not only build your gratitude, but build your trust in yourself and that confidence is show up and do that thing every single day. So even if you don't feel like it, if the weather's crappy, go out and do it. So that's one thing that you can do to improve your confidence is pick that one thing. That could be read 10 pages a day. It could literally be drink, I don't know, 96 ounces, 2 of these a day, whatever it is, but show up and do it every single day, even if you don't want to. Like for instance, right now, I am also doing a challenge of myself to see how many days in a row I'm working on being better consistent. Oh, Chelsea, I'm sorry. Hey, if you come back on, I'll keep talking about this a little bit and we'll get into the caring about other people and all this stuff. So if you want to, go ahead and check me out when I do my replay. Look me up on anywhere you listen to podcasts or even YouTube or anything. Look me up at Coach Wads. I would appreciate it. And then you can maybe listen in on a little bit more of what we're chatting about. I appreciate you, Chelsea. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Take care of that sick kid. I know that's no fun. That's a bummer, but so we talked about the fear, we talked about courage and all that stuff. So Chelsea also said, I get stuck because I care a lot for what other people think because I care a lot about other people. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. Is that the right way to put it? Meaning that's always one phrase that's kind of troubled me is it's not mutually exclusive. What I'm trying to get at there is those things aren't hand in hand. They don't come hand in hand. They don't. You can have both of them at the same time, but just because you have one doesn't mean you have the other. And what I mean by that is, sure, you can care a lot about other people. I care a lot about other people. In fact, that's why I do what I do is because I care about everybody. I care about most people. I want the well-being of majority of people, of everybody, right? So I care a lot about other people. One of my missions in life is to be in service of others. That is actually one of my goals for life. It's one that I can accomplish, on a daily basis, that sort of thing. But it's one of those ongoing things where there's not a finish line to it, right? I want to be in service of others. And that's because I care about people. But at the same time, I don't really care what other people think. And there's a stipulation to that. I do care what other people think when those people are close to me and their opinions matter. And it depends on what their opinions are, right? And what I mean by that is, what are you contributing to? This is going to sound selfish, but this is honest. And this is what I think it needs to look at. What are you contributing to my life? Are you just coming in here to bring negativity? Do I even know you? Like, for instance, I think that I bring a positive nature to everything that I'm doing. Everything's not always positive all the time, right? But I try to bring a uplifting state to everything that I do. And because I believe that, and that is what I strive to do, when somebody does bring negativity, I just pass it off. It is what it is. Now, does it still sting? Does it still hurt when people make negative comments? Yeah, because people do all the time. I mean, I've shot some videos that I've been very, very proud of. Shane Jeff, what's going on? Shane, I've seen you on before. How are you? It hurts, but then I have to go back and remember, but I go back to the Teddy Roosevelt, the man in the arena speech, right? It's not the critic who counts. It's the man who's actually man or woman, in your case, Chelsea, who's actually in the arena, who's actually trying, who's actually putting themselves out there, putting effort towards trying to do what they want to do, what they feel obligated to do. So we've got to try to not put as much weight in what others think. People close to us, sure. Now, that being said, though, you still have family members. I have friends and family members that look at me doing what I'm doing right now, and they're like, what are you doing? This isn't it. I'm like, well, maybe not be, may not, it may not be for you. It may not be it for you. But just because it's right or wrong for me doesn't mean it's right or wrong for you. And if you don't want to bring positivity and support, you can criticize. Yeah, absolutely. You can criticize. I will take constructive criticism every day because I want to get better. But if you're just coming in here to talk shit, that ain't it. And I'm not going to have you a part of it. Like that's how the difference between caring a lot about what other people think versus caring about other people. Those are not exclusive to each other. They are not linked. They are not combined, and they shouldn't be. Teresa Nichols, what's going on? How are we? How are we today? What do we got going on? Hey, I don't know who followed me, but I really appreciate you. Thanks for following me. I appreciate it. Who do we got in here? Don Caldwell? Is that how you say that? Oh, I mean, Tiffany, I don't know who you are. Tiffany, do I know you? Tiffany, invite you co-host with one other creator. I don't know. Should we do it? Oh, it might have gone away. I'm sorry, Tiffany. If you're still in here, come back. Devin, my man, Devin. Hey, Devin, what's up, buddy? How are you? Hopefully you're doing fantastic. I've been seeing you doing your thing, man. That's awesome. I love it. Devin, just speaking to you real quick, just so you know, I'm going to shoot you a message here after I get off of live about tomorrow. So any of you that are here, that are hanging out, go follow my man, Devin. He's doing some really cool stuff too. And I'm excited to announce that him and I are going to have a conversation tomorrow. And I don't know, he and I haven't decided whether or not it's going to be live or what, but we are going to post it or do a replay of it. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun to see you do your thing too. And kind of, because I remember your first live and then seeing you did a live, was it yesterday that I was on and I saw it for a minute or the day before? And dude, you can just see in that short amount of time from the first one to that one that you're starting to feel a little bit of comfort. And that's what we were talking about. So earlier, Devin, just so you know, I was talking to Chelsea and she was talking about kind of the fear and the confidence. And you've heard this, we've talked about this, and we could talk about it some more tomorrow. But the way that you gain that confidence is by doing things, right? By showing up and doing it every single day and doing the things that you say you're going to do and not letting yourself off the hook and getting those reps in. You got to get those reps in, right? And Devin, that's what you're doing. And I'll be honest, I've seen improvement in just the short amount of time that you've been doing things. It's fantastic. And that's the thing is, I talk about this all the time. I don't just teach and preach this, I live it. So there are many days when I'm like, do I really want to go do this? Lives, do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? But I show up and do it anyway. And then I build that confidence. I'm like, oh, see, it wasn't that big a deal. There's a reason why we do it. Get those reps. Get those reps in. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Who do we got? Jeff Rawlings. What's up? How we doing? So yeah, Devin, you got any questions? If not, then I'm just going to ramble a little bit. I was going to go through and do a quick mindset journal recap, but if you're on, you've already seen that. We did that just the other day. Yeah. Oh, I got to go and see there we go. Yeah, man, the support's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. I love it. Look at that. And that's what I mean is you put good out there, you're going to get good back. Now, are there going to be negative people? Yeah, 100% you're going to get those trolls, you're going to get those people. But again, those aren't the critic isn't the one who matters, right? It's you. It's the person that's in the arena actually doing it. So that's awesome. It makes it all worthwhile. If you're putting good out there, you're going to get good back. And if you get negative, guess what? It's tough, but we got to learn how to let that go. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. I'm feeling parched today, friends. one thing that I did want to talk about today is the other night I was having a conversation with my boys, and the topic of kind of going along with Mocha Piscoya. What? Moch? What's up, man? How are you? One of the things that kind of goes along with getting the physical reps in is you can also take mental reps, right? And what we were talking about and where that kind of came about was the topic of manifestation and visualization, and mental reps, kind of came in. It all just is kind of combined. Shannon Strunk, what up? How are you? Welcome in. Pull up a seat. Ask questions. We're talking about mindset. Let's chat about it. So, and I don't remember exactly how it came up, but we were talking about visualization, manifestation. I think my oldest just asked me, what is manifestation? I think it might have been because there was either it was my own show or somebody else's podcast, and something about manifestation popped up, right? And so my oldest was like, what is that? What is that? And I said, well, it's kind of like how we talk about how if you want something, you got to put it out into the world, out into the universe. You have to ask for it. Things aren't just going to happen for you. For instance, this is one of my favorite sayings is there is no such thing as luck. In our house, in fact, we say luck is for losers. We say don't be a loser. My youngest, he came up with that when he was like 3 or 4 years old. He was like, don't be a loser. And I've got a whole video on it, but and people be like, oh my gosh, that's terrible. I'm like, no, it's not. Because you see, luck is the intersection of hard work and opportunity. There is no luck. You put in the time, you put in the work. Now it's time. Now there's an opportunity to go out and execute. So there is no luck. And that's a part of manifestation, right? You have to ask for it. But you also can't a lot of people get this wrong. And this is because I didn't quite understand it too when I first, learned about it, like the visualization, manifestation. A lot of people get it wrong, and it gets a bad rap because people be like, dude, I can sit there and say that I want this and I can visualize all day long and it's not going to happen. Well, then the next question I would ask is, well, what are you doing to execute? Like, are you actually taking action, or are you just thinking about it? Because just thinking about it isn't what manifestation is. It's not what visualization is. It's not taking mental reps. Okay. There is an action, a physical component to it. And that's what we were talking about. For instance, the example that we were discussing last night was when people say, I want to win the lottery. Okay, people will, they'll try to manifest that, right? They'll visualize winning the lottery, or they'll think about, I want to win the lottery. Well, here's the thing is, whatever you're trying to manifest to and visualize, it needs to be specific. Because if you just put out, I want to win the lottery, and let's say you win $5, well, guess what? You got what you asked for, right? So you got to be specific. Like, instead of just saying, I want to win the lottery, you have to say, I want to win the jackpot. That's good. But take it one step further. How much is that jackpot? I want to win the jackpot that's $715,000. And that now, just because you manifest and just because you think about it, I'm not saying that that's going to happen. That's not the way to win the lottery, right? There is a component of luck to that, right? And we'll talk about that in just a minute too, because you'll be like, oh, the lottery is completely luck. Well, kind of. But that's what I was explaining to them last night was visualization, manifestation is that it's being specific. And then you take it one step further, and you can't just think about it. You can't just be like, nah, I want to win the lottery. You have to actually feel what it would feel like to win the lottery, right? I told them, I said, you have to get all 5 senses involved in it. You have to see it, you have to feel it, you have to touch it, you have to smell it, you have to taste it, whatever, all the senses. And my oldest, being the smart ass that he is, was like, well, are you going to taste money? And I'm like, well, okay, like, let's be reasonable. I understood where he was coming from, but it made me laugh because that's our relationship, right? But you have to. So for instance, when I do my visualizations, which I haven't done a whole lot here recently, I just kind of started getting back into it. More so because of my schedule of my mornings. I'm shifting into a little bit different stage of my fitness. And so I have a little bit more time. So the other morning, yesterday morning, I did a visualization that I haven't done in a long time. But I went back to my same visual, and I really strive to involve all of my senses. And for instance, so to set up my visualization, what I've done is when I I know what my visualization is, and I know the steps that I go through and the stages and what I see and what I feel. But what I've done is because there's a part of it where I'm driving up to my house. And so when I'm physically driving up to my house throughout the day, I will envision and picture my visualization of what it looks like here and then what it looks like in my ideas. And I do that so that when I go into my visualization, I'm sitting in my basement or in my office or wherever I'm at, and I'm trying to feel what that feels like. I can feel what it feels like to be holding onto the steering wheel, to be, bouncing in the seat of my truck, to feel the sun hitting me as it's coming through the truck window, or, feel if the window's open, feel that breeze hitting. Like, I can feel it. I know what that feels like. And then I can visualize it because I can see it, right? I smell it because so I always visualize it in the spring because I love spring. It's the same reason that I love waking up before the sunrise, is because it's like the renewal. Butch, what's going on? It symbolizes that. So you try to get all those senses into your visualization, right? And that was what I was trying to get the point across to them, is you can't just say you want to do something and it's going to happen. So you take that visualization, that manifestation, and then you have to act upon it, right? Those things that I visualize that I try to manifest, or I do manifest, I can't then just sit back and not take any action. I actually am grinding, working towards achieving those goals, or the steps that I need to do to be able to get to that level. You know what I mean? And I may never actually get there. I'm pretty confident that I will, just because I've been doing it. I've been grinding. I've been putting things out. I'll get to that. That's another thought that just came into my head. But let's go back to the thing where we were talking about, well, just because it's the example. And I wanted to finish this thought. Sorry, I thought I saw another Knight Rider. What's going on? Dude, Gritty, are you here? Gritty, what's up? Dude, Gritty, Devin, you guys are awesome. You guys are rock stars. But to finish the thought was where I was talking about, I was meant to send you a DM. 6 to 7 p.m. Okay. Yeah, Gritty, that's one thing. So Devin and Gritty, just so you guys know too, DJ, my man DJ, dude, I got all sorts of my friends in here today. I love it. All of these friends coming in here. So yeah, that's what I'm really trying to work on, getting better about doing these lives. Here's what I'm thinking about doing, and then we'll go back to my final thought. I'm sorry. I'm very scatterbrained sometimes, but I really think that I want to do a Tuesday, Thursday, mid-morning session like this, where we thank you, DJ. You are awesome. 2025, man. Oh, aren't we supposed to do the little heart thing? Or how do the millennials, the new kids, they do it like this. I'm getting better at it. My oldest and his girlfriend would be happy. That is a terrible heart, but you get what I'm saying. I appreciate you. I really want to do like a Tuesday, Thursday session like this where it's live. I'm actually thinking about Tuesday as like a general public thing, and then Thursday possibly being like a subscribers type of thing, like a subscribers only thing, to where I get a little more in depth, like this mindset stuff. But I don't know. I'm still trying to figure all that out. I'm trying to test things and learn and see what we're going. I know that this mid-morning, and why I say mid-morning is because it is mid-morning here. It also is, well, shoot, it's noon on the East Coast right now, where a lot of people are at. And I see that earlier in the morning is better for just in general. So Tuesday, Thursdays, Fridays, it depends on whether or not I'm having a guest on, Devin, whether or not I'm going to be live or not. And we could talk about that. You and I will figure that one out. Thank you for the live, or the light, Gritty. I appreciate that. Gritty, Devin, and DJ, if y'all, I got to ask, would you guys share this? Maybe give me a couple likes and then share it. It kind of boosts it, but it does. Here's the other thing. If you don't, I'm not gonna be mad at you. I'm still going to shout you out because you guys are my boys. I love it. I love it. I love it. So anyway, go back to my thought about the winning the lottery being luck. People will say, thank you. Thanks, guys. So people will say, well, winning lottery is complete luck. And I'm like, no, because by my definition, luck, and I can't pull it up right now anyway, but I've got the shirt that says that, right? One of my apparel items, one of my shirt designs, it says luck is the intersection of hard work and opportunity. So let's talk about that. Winning the lottery isn't just luck. Because if it was just blind luck, completely blind luck, anybody could win it at any time. But if you don't buy a ticket, then you can't win it, right? So it's not blind luck, right? The hard work, now this is a loose definition, but the hard work is actually buying the ticket, right? Yeah, Devin. Hey, no worries, man. You got to take care of the honeydew list. I'll shoot a message over. Yeah, dude. I'll hit you up and we'll get things situated. I'll explain to you about tomorrow and what how that's going to go down. We got to set up, dude. I'm super excited to have you on the podcast, on the show. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun tomorrow. I'm excited. DJ Gritty, if you guys ever want to be on, let me know. We'll and maybe here's what I'll do here in a little bit. Maybe once I get through this, DJ or Gritty or even Devin, if you can come back on, maybe we'll go multi-guest and see how that works. But anyway, let me get back. So luck equals the intersection of hard work and opportunity. The hard work is actually buying the ticket. It's not really hard work, but you have to pay to play, right? Right. And then having that ticket is the opportunity to win. So it's not really luck. I mean, there's a component of luck. There's a component of luck in all of life, but yeah, I appreciate you too, Devin. But that's kind of what we're talking about is manifestation, visualization. And then we took it one step further, obviously, because I'm also a sports and performance coach, right? And I say right a lot. I noticed that. I was watching, side note, everybody. I was rewatching some of my own content. Because there's no better way to learn. It's cringy. It's really hard to watch your own stuff. It really, really is. But I do. And I notice I say right a lot. So when I'm editing videos, especially for my shorts, I take right out. I'm going to try and be better about that. But where was I at? Take a drink and we'll think about it. Excuse me. Hard luck, opportunity, all that stuff. I don't even remember where we were at. Where are we going before I said right? Oh, yeah. Taking the manifestation and visualization one step further to mental reps, because I am a sports and performance coach. And that's what we talk. So, because we talk about that a lot of times in our sports with my athletes too, is you can take mental reps. For instance, in practice, if you are standing in line waiting to run a drill, or we've got some downtime and you've gotten your drink of water, you've got your gear, you're ready for the next thing, but you're still kind of just hanging out, you can take mental reps. I mean, think about it. You can, like baseball, you can visualize yourself if you're going into a hitting station or a fielding station. You can visualize yourself getting into your load and rocking your hips. You can I'm here for the what's up. I'm here for the I can't see your full name, so I don't know what your full name is, but basketball and stuff. You can work on your release, volleyball. I mean, you could, whatever it is, you can, and you don't have to physically be doing it, right? You can just visualize and picture it in a game, for instance. And I use baseball a lot because that is the sport that I primarily coach, just because it's a longer season for us. But anyway, that's nor here nor there. When you're in the on deck circle, so that means you are next up to bat. For those who don't know baseball, you're sitting there and you are getting, when that pitcher pitches, you're getting into your load, right? And you may not be swinging every time, but you're getting your timing down. You are taking those mental reps of actually being in the box, and you're visualizing yourself in the box taking those pitches. Now, then if you are, in the hole or you're in the dugout, you can still be mentally picturing yourself taking those reps. Visualize it, mental reps. Because here's the thing, this is what I was explaining to my boys too, is our brains don't always know the difference between physically doing it and just our brains firing, thinking we were going to do it. Because they're going to fire, like, I want to say that it was maybe it's Dr. Galpin and Andrew Huberman. Both of them have talked about this, how and I am not a scientist, so I might butcher this like crazy, but they talk about how, like, when your brain fires, like those neurons fire, and depending, and it doesn't necessarily matter whether or not you are doing it physically or just mentally, your brain can actually make it feel like you are actually doing it. Now, there's a physical component. Like, if you don't know what it feels like, then it's harder to do, right? You need to be able to actually know what it feels like to do something, to take proper mental reps, and they need to be with intent and purpose, right? We're not just going to get up there and, like, if we're swinging our bat, we're not just visualizing ourselves, swinging our arms back and forth. No, we're like, there's intent and there's purpose to it. But my oldest was like, yeah, and I don't know why he was thinking, God, I was like proud dad moment, but he goes, Dad, I always thought that, like, the brain and the body were 100% connected all the time, but it's not. They are connected. And this is him explaining it. He's like, they're connected physically, right? Like they are there, but your brain can be separate than your body. And I was like, dude, yes, that you at 13 years old, holy profoundness. That is it. Like, it made me feel good as a mindset coach. But as a father, as a dad too, I'm like, oh, maybe what I'm teaching, maybe they're actually hearing what I'm saying, because that is important, right? Some mental reps. Gritty. Dude, I've been telling my team the same thing, be consuming pro paintball through the week. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Cause you do you do the paintball thing. That's right. Dude, 100%. So that's what we talk about when it comes to like baseball and football and basketball and those different sports that I do coach and whatnot. But we tell them all the time, we're like, here's the deal. Go watch the pros. And in fact, go watch how they warm up. Like you can watch them in the game 100%, but it's hard because it's fast paced. It's this and that. But I'm like, watch the dude that's on deck. Watch some of the players, like especially if you go to a live event, like watch the players that go early and watch them warm up. Go early and see the mental reps that they do. See the vision. You can see the visualization that they're doing. Their eyes will be closed and they'll be picturing it, but they're kind of physically moving. Like, yeah, 100% Gritty. Go watch the pros do it. Mimic what they're doing. Harmonic Dog, what up? Who else do we got on here? I'm going to go, oh, you know what? We're going to go like this. We'll see. Mr. Two Guns. What's happening, Mr. Two Guns and Harmonic Dog? How are you guys? Appreciate you guys being here. We were talking about mindset. I wonder, high IQ in the game is the most valuable thing you can have. Yeah, we actually were just talking about that a little bit last night. So we do a weekly team talk with our baseball boys too, because I don't just coach the mindset thing. What's up, Harmonic Dog? How are you? What are you working on today, Harmonic Dog? What are you getting into today? A lot of the origin of me being a mindset coach also comes from my sports and performance coaching, because I realized a long time ago that the mental side of the game is so important. Mr. Two Guns, good morning to you. What are you up to today? What are you guys getting into? You guys are new. I don't know that I have seen your name. If you've been in my stuff before, I do apologize that I don't remember you. But I definitely try to. However, I always ask people that I don't recognize, how did you find me? How'd you find me? Oh, thanks for the follow, Mr. Two Guns. I appreciate you. Yeah. How'd you guys find me? Was it FYP? Was it just... Yeah, that's... Oh, dude, Gritty bringing the peeps in, working and scrolling. Dude, I understand that. Working and scrolling. Dude, Gritty, dude, thank you. Well, thanks for being here, guys. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate you guys coming. Scrolling. Yeah, we're scrolling. Rolling. Scrolling and a rolling. We're talking about mindset. I tried to tell myself that I am going to get the reps in and I am going to do more of these lives and come hang out with you guys. I'm still trying to, dude, Spectrum and Camouflage. Dude, we have got, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to stop right now. We have got a killer group of people right now. Okay. Mr. Two Guns, Harmonic Dog. You guys came in from my boy Gritty. Dude, we got DJ Rittenhouse in the house. Okay. We got Spectrum and Camouflage is in the house. Dude, Spectrum. And I'm sorry. Tell me, if you don't mind, tell me your name again, because I probably wrote it down somewhere and I've got it somewhere, but I'm terrible about that. I will be better. Oh, the Emerald Cottage. What's up? I remember you. How are you doing? What's happening? But Spectrum, here's the thing. Tommy, that's right. Tommy. Oh, I knew that. Tommy, I'm sorry. Tommy, you got to send me the details on the 5K thing, man. I broke it to my wife more so for accountability, because I know I told you that I would do it. But if I tell my wife, then I really have to do it, right? And again, it comes down to that confidence thing is, if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. So we got to do it, right? Rylan, what's going on, Rylan? Dude, Ryan, I haven't talked to you for a minute. Rylan's a local guy here, local to me. Tommy, I need to have you. I need to have you on my podcast, man, or at least come on the show and we can do a joint thing for sure. But yeah, I'm working out. But I want anyone to be able to be a part. I won't see. I'm working, but you're working it out. Yeah, just let me know. Yeah, just let me know what we're gonna do. Let me know how I can help too. I'm gonna do this 5K thing. I don't like running, but you know what? That's one thing that we talk about in the mindset journal here. The D is do hard things, don't quit, right? Discipline, grit, determination. Dude, and that right there, Tommy, is going to be my do hard things and don't quit is running. Cause like I saw in your video you posted the other day, like you don't like running either. And you're like, it hurts, it's painful, it's not comfortable. Guess what? But I love it. And that's why you and I connected, is because we're on the same page. Like we understand the benefits of it, right? And it's not the fact that like it bothers us or whatever. Cause in fact, for the reason that you're doing this 5K is for a higher purpose. It's bigger than us, right? And that's why I want to do it, because I want to support you. I love your mission. I love it, everything. I want to do it. So yeah, man, just let me know how I can support you in that too. I'm excited. My wife said she'd do it, but she would walk it. And I was like, that's okay. I don't care. So it might be a joint effort on both of our parts, which would be super awesome. But Rylan, what's going on, man? Oh, Mr. Two Guns and Gritty, you guys got to get together again, right? Do you guys do paintball every Sunday? Is it like a weekly thing? I'm curious. I haven't played paintball since I was probably like, do you say played paintball? What do you say? I don't want to offend you. I don't know what to say. I haven't done paintball since I was probably like 15, 16 years old. I shoot, but not paintball. I shoot archery and guns. I don't know if I could say that. Is TikTok going to ban me? Oh, I can't say that word either. Is TikTok going to banana me if I say the G? No, because I said Mr. Two Guns. That's your name, right? Dude, I picture that now that I know you're a paintball guy. Like I picture you with two paintball, like double fisting it. Like, oh, I love it. Oh man, thanks for the likes. Thanks for the shares, everybody. But yeah, we're hanging out. We've got such a good crew right here right now. Oh my gosh. So since you guys are on too, we're talking about it. I know I've announced this, but the Mindset Journal Volume 2 will be live March 1st. That is another thing that I've committed to making sure is going to happen. I'm also I'm working on, I shouldn't say I'm trying to, I don't like that term. I am working on building a community, some other ways that we can connect a little bit better, get my actual coaching program, the 90-day mindset reset figured out so we can bring it to everybody, and some different things that we can do. I'm talking about, let me know if you think about this too. I'm thinking about putting together a book club as well. I love to read because there's so much wealth. We can learn so much from other people. And I mean, I say I love to read. I love to read because I understand the purpose of it, right? That's why I work out too. It doesn't mean that I always love to work out, but I understand the reason and the benefits of it. So that's why. So I'm thinking about doing that. I'd like to involve some of you guys too. We have a tournament coming up in 2 weeks. Oh, okay. Every other week together. Gotcha. We're all spread out. 200-mile radius. Dude, you sound like you're from where I'm at. It's like to go anywhere where I'm located, you got to go at least 2 hours to get anywhere. And that's probably about 180 miles, give or take, depending on how fast you're going, right? Just depends. Wait, how fast would that be? That's not good math, is it? Yeah, 2 hours, 180 miles. Sure. 200-mile radius. Yeah, that's a big radius for sure. So that could be tough. I can appreciate that. That's kind of how St. Louis is the paintball mecca in Missouri. Okay. I've stopped in St. Louis once, maybe twice. Haven't spent a whole lot of time there. I really haven't. D810, what's going on? What's happening? What are you up to today? Yeah, do you guys have any other questions? Fred Downey. Fred Downey, what's up? You guys have any questions for me? Any mindset questions? Anything that's on your brain? Any videos that I've shot that you guys are like, what's that about? Or do you guys just want to talk a little bit more about Mindset Journal? A little more about manifestation or visualization? What I did yesterday, though, speaking of that, is because it's been a little while, like I have my manifestation, or at least a general, I'll just right here. So visualizations is in my mindset journal. And so it's kind of like the outline of what I do think about when I talk about, and it just kind of helps me to get it down. Harmonic dog. Yeah. What is a mindset journal talk about? Oh yeah. So perfect. So harmonic dog, I'm glad you asked. So I don't just feel like I'm always talking about myself and everything. The mindset journal is a tool that I developed quite a few years, or over the past quite a few years, to help me help me build a strong mindset so that I can start to live the life that I want and create the life that I want. Like my why is to ignite your self-confidence so that you can create a better future. And when I say that, I'm also talking to myself, right? I do that. I want to ignite my own self-confidence so that I can create a better future. And I do that through the process of mindset. And why mindset? So mindset is basically, our lives are built on three main pillars. Now, we'll get further into that, but the three main pillars, like everything, is mind, body, and soul. We obviously start with our mind because everything starts in the mind. Everything, right? What's a visualization for spilling coffee in your crotch? We'll get to that. We'll talk about it. So you start with the mind. Everything starts in the mind. Okay. The sayings like Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Okay. If you believe that you can do it, you can do it. If you believe that you can't, then you can't. The mindset can either be the most beneficial tool or the most detrimental tool. It all starts there. And then there's the body, right? The body, your temple, you get one, you got to take care of it. And the soul's the same way. You got to feed your soul, you got to take care of it. Now, there are 7 daily habits that I practice every day. And that's why my mindset journal is an acronym, right? MINDSET. M stands for mind. That's easy. I stands for income, your income producing activities. Because here's the deal. In all reality, we need money, right? We got to have money to do things that we want to do, right? We can get into a discussion about that later. N is your network, building your network, personal and professional. D, we've talked about that a little bit, determination, grit, discipline. It's all that. Do hard things, don't quit, right? S is for the soul. E is for time to think, evaluate. E for evaluate, think, critically think, and plan. Okay. And T is your temple, your body. So that is what the mindset journal is. It is something. And in fact, so I was looking at this the other day because these are the way I used to do my mindset journal. Pretty simple, right? It was done in just a composition notebook. And here's the thing. Here's the best part. The principles that I teach, you can do them today. You don't need to be a part of my coaching program if you don't want to be. You can do them today. That's why I share this stuff with you. Why I developed the mindset journal was because I was tired of writing out my mindset growth task list every day. Here, I'll share this with you. My mindset buckets. I was tired of writing all that stuff out. I know it's only a few words here and there. And then like my get shit done. Oh, that's over here. And then my review, like I was just tired of writing those same things every single day, 365 days a year. Okay. I can't say 365 because I'm not 100% perfect on doing this every day, but I definitely strive to do it. So that's what the mindset journal is. It is a tool that I've used to build my mindset, to help me live the life and build and cultivate the life that I want to have. And that's what I do. The mindset journal, just high level 2, it is quarterly based. So it is 3 months of guided prompts, I guess you could say, for your 7 daily habits. And that's what the mindset journal, that's the general effect of all of it. It is available right now. The first edition is available on Amazon. If you're interested, just shoot me a DM with your email address and I can shoot you the link if you would like. If not, that's cool too. It's kind of hard to find because it's newly published. I published it last year. And so it doesn't rank super high in Amazon. I'll just be honest. So, but if you do, thank you, DJ. But if you are interested, shoot me a DM with your email address. I won't spam you a lot, but that way I can kind of keep you up to speed on everything too. Snowflake keychain. Thanks for the snowflake keychain. I don't know what that is, but thank you for that. I appreciate the gift. Snowflake keychain. That makes me go to a weird place. So DJ, what's a visualization for spilling coffee in your crotch? So here's a funny thing. I'm sure a lot of you guys, or maybe not, I don't know. Have you heard of Jocko Willink and Leif Babin? I don't have his books on my bookshelf right now because I read them. I need to read them again. That's one of the first books that I think we would read in the book club is Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. So one of the things you can think about and I think Simon Sinek talks about, extreme ownership 100%. It is a big part of my, a big part of my life and my beliefs. It's foundational in fact, it's one of my why is to ignite your self-confidence so that you can create a better future, right? But my hows One of them is actually ownership. Take ownership and responsibility for your life. Your actions are a choice, and they are yours alone. They come with consequences, good and bad. Own them. Own up to your life, right? To your decisions, to your consequences. Admit failures, mistakes, but you also have to celebrate your victories, right? And that's what it means to me. And that's what I mean by the E in evaluate, or in mindset, is evaluate. You got to take these concepts and these things that you read about and learn, and then if you just read them and listen to them and this and that, but you don't actually think about how you can maybe mold them into your life, or what principles you can take and contribute and incorporate into your life, then what good was actually reading it? It was just a waste of time. Now, I'm not 100% on that either. There's a lot of books that I've read that either one, they don't really resonate with me, or, I haven't taken a whole lot, but there's a lot of books too, and podcasts and things that I consume that I do incorporate into my life, or at least try to critically think about how I can incorporate them into my life. So that was a long roundabout. God, I sound like Donald Trump with the weave. Have you guys heard of Trump's weave, or just listen to him talk, and he's got this weave. He always seems to come back around. So I'm going to try and be better about that too. So what I mean by that is, when you're talking about what's the visualization, and I know you were probably joking about it, DJ, but what's a visualization of spilling coffee in your crotch? Extreme ownership. And here's what I mean by that. What could you have done differently to make sure that you didn't spill that coffee in your lap? Could you have not have been holding it the way you're holding it? Could you have been focused on whatever you were doing rather than doing that? Now that is an extreme. Yeah, exactly. That's an extreme ownership thing, right? It's an extreme example, but that's how I try to live my life, is like, because here's the thing. We talk about control the controllables all the time. You can't control everything that happens around you, right? You may not have total control over that, but you can't control how you react to it. So when you spill it, because I've been there, spilling coffee, or here's the one that freaks me out all the time, is spilling coffee right here in my workstation, because my computers are right here, everything, my lights, like everything, right? And that freaks me out. Python, what's going on, Python? How are you? It's good to see you. Welcome in. Yeah, you just got to laugh it off, right? Like, it happens. That's the other part about it, is the positivity side of things. Like, negative thoughts, negative things are going to happen, but if you can spin that and reframe your mindset and just laugh it off. Like the other day, this was a while ago, but I look over there because my gym is like over there across the way. And I was putting weights onto my barbell and stood up, boom, right in the barbell, tagged me right there. God, it freaking hurt. If you've ever done that, you know what it feels like. And I was pissed. Like, I was not happy. Yeah, Gritty. It's not fun. And then I was like, well, but I know it's there. Like, I could have done something different. Like, I even thought about it, like, hey, this is above your head, dummy. Don't stand up into it. But there you go. There's the power of visualization. I do that thing where I talk about, hey, don't think about an elephant. What'd you think about an elephant, right? So I was thinking about not hitting my head on it. And then what did I do? Dude, that I didn't even mean for this to happen. This is an organic thing. That right there is the power of the mind. I was thinking about not doing something, but because I was thinking about it, I was manifesting it. I was visualizing it. It happened. Right? Yeah. Hey, thanks, Tommy. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah. You got the rest of your life to get to, man. You got a meeting to get to. We'll talk, man. We'll get you on. Dude, and DJ, yeah, drew blood one time. I got another story about that. I tripped over a machine, Gritty, the other day, straight on my face. Oh my gosh. That, and that's the thing. It's like, it hurts physically, it hurts, but then it's also the humiliation of it. And here's the thing. I work out by myself down in the basement, and it's still humiliating, whether or not anybody's there or not. Erica Sanchez, what's up? How are you? Welcome in. Another story about that where I had to just kind of laugh it off was in Mountain Tough, they have a ton of different programs and everything. If you guys are interested in learning about them, I'm not an affiliate with them, so I'm not saying like whatever, but if you're interested, they've changed my fitness life. So if you want to know, but anyway, if you want to know about them, let me know. I'll hook you up, or at least send you in the right direction. They do a lot of different programs, where I was going with that. And one of them is they do heavy pack workouts, and they do like preseason preps and things where they do a lot of pack work. One of their programs is HP20, Heavy Pack 20, and then they have a 4570. That's what they're called. And they are all built around your pack, whether that's like sandbag pack or like a Rogue, whatever, a rucksack, a ruck backpack, or me, I use my hunting packs and some homemade sandbags. But anyway, so one day we were doing cleans, right, with our pack. And on my belt of my hip belt on my pack, I always carry my bear spray on one side, right? And a tool on that side, like a multi-tool. So that if I need to fix a bow or some gear, whatever it is. And then, yeah, DJ, for sure. We'll do a live. Absolutely. I'm going to, yep, DJ, we're going to put something together for sure. We'll get on together. Absolutely. So anyway, so I have all this stuff on there, right? And on the other side, because when I am out hunting, I do carry a sidearm with me. Ricky, what's up, man? You were on, I'll get back to it in a second. Ricky, I'm going to come back to you. So on my other side is I carry an extra magazine, right? Well, I was doing these workouts and it was like the first week that I was doing them and I wasn't really thinking a whole lot. I had my straps all strapped down so they weren't flying all over the place. I did not pull that mag out of the pouch and we were doing cleans and I cleaned up and that mag hit me like right on the eyebrow, like right there, bam. And I was like, God dang it, that hurt. Finished out my reps and I was like, went to wipe my head because I was like, I'm all sweaty, dude, and just blood. And I'm like, that's not good. But I finished the workout because it wasn't all that bad. It was just bleeding. But yeah, so it's not fun. And that was embarrassing. So speaking of that, I was down here just by myself, nothing's on there. It's a coach program, but nobody's watching. Dude, it was so humiliating. I was like, I'm such an idiot, but you have to laugh it off, right? That's the mindset part of it. So Ricky, yeah, man, you were on, what was was it that one? I was on a live the other day. Maybe it was DJ. Yeah, it was with DJ. DJ was on with, what was it? Red Dirt something. Red Dirt Savior or something like that. Like he was on, and you guys were all just goofing around, whatever. And Ricky, you were on there. You were posing. Like you were like working the runway or something. Devin, you're back, my man. Dude, did you get all your stuff done you needed to get done? Harmonic Dog, you're still here. Ricky Gritty, I love it. I love it. Thanks for being here. What other things you guys want to chat about? What are we working on today? I do have some other work that I will be getting to later, some other client work and whatnot. And, this evening's actually pretty chill for us. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Pulling reports and listening. I like what I hear. Oh, that's awesome, Harmonic Dog. I appreciate that. I thought we was about to get serious. Oh, that's too funny. I love it. Just pulling reports, listening. Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys being here for sure. That's fun. These midday ones are kind of hit or miss. I'll be honest. I did notice because I went on his show and we got serious there. I mean, if you want to get serious, we can get serious. And we have been serious we've been on for an hour and there's been some parts that are serious for sure. Free TikTok coins link. Hi, 91530. That seems fake. And if you're not, I only kind of apologize because I call it how it is. And you should maybe change your... No, you don't have to change for me. Don't do that. It's just kind of weird. Like it seems like a bot or a fake account. And if it's not, then I do somewhat apologize. So I requested up thinking it was about to go down. Oh. I mean, how serious do you want to get, Ricky? I got a question for you. The other day when you were on live, you got in your car and you were going to go pick up your boys or whatever. Did you stay live or did you get kicked out? New studio set like yours, dude. Dude, I love that, Gritty. So yeah, well, let's talk about that a little bit. I appreciate you saying that, calling that out. Cause I've worked, I stay along. I was just curious if you got banned when you got in your car and drove off, or not banned. You stayed live. Okay. I was curious. I had a video of mine get flagged for unsafe actions and it wouldn't get recommended to FYP, which whatever, I don't really care a whole lot. But I was like, dude, you know how many times I see people go live? Like, and they say when you're live, you shouldn't be driving, you shouldn't do all this. If you go back and if you go to my YouTube and watch, my mindset mornings and stuff, those are all while I'm driving, and they don't care. Maybe they do. Maybe that's why they don't get much traction. Or maybe just the content sucks. I don't know. But I was just curious if you got booted. I had another friend that she was live and she got in her car to back it up, and she backed up, and then it like kicked her. And then she was like in TikTok jail for like a half a day or something. I don't remember what it was, but anyway. But yeah, Gritty, I appreciate you talking about and commenting on my studio setup. So it took me a long time to get it set up the way I wanted to. I learned a lot about, because I didn't know anything. I learned a lot about cameras, about lighting, about the microphones. So I have 2 microphones right now that I'm working with. Actually, I have 2 cameras. So over here, which is not you guys on TikTok, but over here is my YouTube guys. And then over here, we got TikTok. Oh, thanks, Ricky. I love the setup. And then the microphone, I've got one, because right now, a lot of times I'll do one camera to multiple. This time I just got my phone on because I was trying something new with a microphone plugged in there. And I got this microphone. I got my lights. I got a light back there, the accents, the blue, like everything, right? So I did a lot of research to learn about lighting, and it's not perfect. Like I need to work on the coloring a little bit. I mean, people do say that I do have a red beard. My hair isn't, I don't know, is that brown? People say I'm a redhead, but the beard is red, but in the shirt, that's pretty close to the actual color that I'm seeing on screen. Anyway, sorry. YouTube only 23 underscore. Dude, Ricky, so here's the deal. I'm going to be straight up honest right now. Like I have like 6,170 followers here on TikTok, which is phenomenal. My YouTube is nowhere near that. So my friend, I don't know. I'm going to have to go check you out because I don't have that following, and I would love to have that kind of following. I'm working on trying to build that. But it's been a tough journey on YouTube, but we still do what we do. So yeah, with the whole setup and everything. Yeah, absolutely. You can find me on YouTube. Just at Coach Wads, but I'm going to make a note really quick right here so I can go check you out. Escobar. What's your YouTube name? I'm just curious. I'm going to give you a little shout out right now, because this will be posted on my podcast and on YouTube later on, even though I'm live on YouTube right now. Ricky Escobar Jr. 22. Perfect. Love it. Everybody go check him out. Why not? See what he's all about. Dude, Ricky, if you send me down the wrong route though, and oh man, we're going there in about 5 minutes. So if you want, oh, okay. You guys are going to be live on YouTube or just live here on TikTok? Ben with the W, dude, you were on the other day, I'm pretty sure. Ben with the dub. Love it. But yeah, the studio, I appreciate the studio. I've had it set up multiple different ways, but now that I like it. Here's the other cool thing. Oh, I don't know if this is going to screw us up. I don't think so. Nope. So here's the other cool part. I'm going to flip a switch, but that's the thing, is you got to make things simple. You got to make them easy, right? Especially the hard things. I didn't want to have to set all this up. There's live. Dude, you push a button and it all comes on and turns off. You got to make it easy. I can interview you. I mean, sure, I don't mind jumping on. I'm trying to think if I can do it, because I told I have scheduled for an hour right now, and I'm about an hour and 8 minutes. Shoot me a message and let me double check my calendar and make sure I could jump on, but that would be awesome. It says some comments in the live were filtered to protect the community's experience. I wonder what happened. Somebody was messing up. Somebody was goofing. But yeah, so that's how the setup is done. Is if I want to shoot a video, like sometimes I will have to set up cameras and all that. Yeah, it is hard to get subs on YouTube. And we can talk about that in a minute. We will talk about that in a minute, Ricky. How long have you been doing YouTube? We'll just ask that question right now. How long have you been up to it, doing it? So I might have to set up a camera or two, to get everything set up. But other than that, I flip on lights and I'm good to go. Now, sometimes I will manipulate the lights a little bit just in case I'm shooting something else. But yeah, that's kind of the setup, and it works out really well. I think I like it. And so I appreciate that you guys appreciate it. And I tried to cultivate the background a little bit too. I've never really talked about it because nobody's asked. So I don't, 4 years, but let you finish. Yeah. They tell me it's hard to get subs on YouTube. 4 years. Yeah. No, that's awesome. So the background, if you guys want to know about the background and because everything in this means something. Well, for the most part, everything means something to me. So I really tried to cultivate a background that, yeah, with the look of it, like blurry and all that, because that's what you do. But there's some important things there. So, oh, Ricky, thank you for the bubble gum. I wish I actually had some bubble gum. I don't, but I've got non-tobacco, non-nicotine Smoky Mountain. It's not tobacco. It's not chew. It's not nicotine. Oh, dude, hearts. Or we should do it like the young kids do it nowadays. I can't even do this. I can't do it. There we go. Oh, I got it. That's how the kids do it these days. That's the heart they do. Ricky, thanks, man. I appreciate the roses. Dude, it's not even Valentine's Day and you're sending me roses. I appreciate you. Wow. Thank you so much. Dude, that's awesome. So yeah, the background over here, it's just because we'll talk about it. This is kind of like my coaching corner. It has my number one team right there, my Wads clan. That's my wife and my boys. Yeah, it's good to give. I appreciate you. Then I've got some baseball cards. So we had a dad from our baseball team go on and make baseball cards of all of our 9U baseball team last year, which was super fun. So I've got my boys' baseball cards. One of them is him on the team, the youngest, but then the other one, they know him as Coach B. So we did cards for the coaches too. So it's super fun. And I got baseballs signed by different athletes, like my athletes, not famous athletes. I do have some of those somewhere too, but those are on display elsewhere. And I got a baseball with our team on it. And then that bear was also signed by a bunch of my football boys one year. So it's just, stuff that means a lot to me. Mountain Tough sent me a personalized card one time. So that was super fun. Over here is books and all that good stuff. That actually is super fun. My wife did the whole have somebody write a song for somebody for Father's Day. And so that one is called Home Run Dad. I mean, it makes sense, being a coach and a baseball coach and sports coach and all that. So not only am I a mindset coach, but I am a sports and performance coach. So all that stuff means a lot. And then all those books down there, I think there's one that I don't know that I've ever read, but that's it. It's the one on the very end. You can't see it anyway. And then my mindset journals are over on that end, like right over there, from the last couple years since I've been doing the actual tool. That is those right there. So Scott, dude, Derek, I didn't even see you. Oh, I'm sorry. That was about 20 minutes ago. I am sorry. I did not looking good. Thanks for the snow and ice you sent to Kansas. Apparently, Kansas is getting snow and ice, and we sent it to them. So, Derek, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for giving me a shout out. Well, folks, free TikTok coins. Harmonic Dog, you know what? I am going to give you a follow. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. And Gritty, thanks for bringing some of your boys. That's awesome. Devin, I appreciate you coming back. But everybody, here's what we're going to do. Can I get some, Goldilock, Devin, I just am curious how this works. I don't even know what the benefit of it is, but here's the deal. I need, what is that? 58. I need 58 likes. Good times. Do you think you guys could do me 58 till I get 1,000 likes on the live? Would you guys be willing to do that for me? Just because I'm curious. Does it work? Does it do anything? Could you hit that like? Oh, you guys just did it. Wow. Thank you guys so much. That was fast. Goodness gracious. Thank you. Wow. Oh my gosh. That's phenomenal. I don't know what it does. Do you guys know what it does when I know it probably boosts the algorithm and all that stuff. And in fact, it's a bummer because I want to stay on for longer, but other obligations call. I'll be honest. Unless you guys have questions, I can stick around for a while longer. I can definitely stick around for a little longer if you guys have other questions or want to talk about something specific, is mindset or not. It doesn't have to be mindset related. What do you guys want to chat about? If there's not, though, we might. Ava Mill, what's going on? We're getting some new people in here. That's cool. I love it. Also, just as we're getting ready to head out, right? That's always a bummer. Here for something. What are you here for? Here for, I don't know what that is. What up? What's your training split look like? What do you mean my training split? Remember, I'm not NASM certified yet, so I don't know. So more specifically, are you like looking at like what's my programs? Heather, what's going on? What's my schedule? Oh, perfect. So good question. Right now, I am also on a challenge of not only being consistently posting every day on social media. Hello, friend. Hey, Devin, you shared. Thank you. So I thought I would come and check it out. Absolutely. I appreciate that. So my schedule right now, because I'm on a challenge of this, is because this is part of my 90-day mindset thing as well. 90-day mindset reset is I started out with move a minimum of, or exercise a minimum of 30 minutes a day, every single day. Now, typically my workouts last anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes. And then on the weekends, sometimes I would actually take the actual rest day. But right now I'm on day 80. Give me a minute because I track it. Today was day 82 of straight days of having movement. So Monday through Friday, generally, sometimes it'll be Monday through Saturday. So 5 to 6 days a week of an actual program. And then the 6th and 7th days, depending on the week and what I got going on, those will either be, sometimes it'll be a bike ride. I'll just jump on the elliptical and do something. Sometimes it's a walk outside with the wife, a couple miles or something. But a lot of times it'll be either a bike ride or a ruck. I'll throw a 60-pound pack on my back and ruck. And whether that's outside or on the treadmill, it just depends on the day. But right now I'm 82 days straight. And I'm just going to try and keep that going. Same thing with social media. So that's my regiment right now is 5 days, I'll say 5 days strict workout. And then day 6 and 7, those are my off days. I will just do some accessory type workouts or some auxiliary. Is that the right word? So that's what I do. Yeah. And it just depends too. Like sometimes I will do, so what I really like to do, which is fun a lot of times, is like on those Sundays, especially when I'm rucking, and I do this sometimes with my workouts too, is I'll ruck or I'll do the workout and then afterwards I will shoot my bow. Or when I'm rucking is I'll ruck on the treadmill. I do this outside during the summer when it's, a little bit nicer months too, is I'll actually ruck a quarter mile. And then with my pack on, I'll shoot like a quiver of arrows or a end, 4 or 5 arrows. And then I'll walk to the target, pull them, stick them in and do another quarter mile. And I'll do that for a couple miles, few miles. It just depends. So, I try to change it up and do things. It's all about the practical work. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I like the basic, the fundamental lifts, the squats, the bench press, the deadlift, the strict press, all that stuff. I really do enjoy those too. But it's got to be practical. So right now I'm kind of in a transitionary period. I just came out of a strength program and I'm finishing up a strength type program, getting ready to go into like a spring training to where it'll be more endurance cardio type, but they'll still be strength. So one thing about these guys here is I always say with Mountain Tough, the joke where they talk about, skipping leg day. Every day's leg day with Mountain Tough, every day. So legs are good. It's the upper body sometimes that gets neglected a little bit, but not a lot, But I like to incorporate not only strength training, but a lot of endurance as well. Not a lot. And I wouldn't say a lot of cardio because I do not like running. That's why I ruck a lot. But, I cannot. That is, is it Bertha, Berta, Bertma? I don't know. What's happening, Bertha, Bertma, something. How are you? Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you hanging out. Who else we got? So yeah. Dude, that's a good thing we can chat about tomorrow a little bit more too, Devin, because I'll get with you. Like I said, I will get with you. I was worse than, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. So one thing about that harmonic dog, my father-in-law was diagnosed with Parkinson's a handful of years ago. That's a tough one. I'm sorry to hear that, but here's the thing is it's not, man, we'll be here to support you too. I'm here to support you any way that I can. And I'm sure there's, not very mobile. Yeah, that's a tough one too. But you're doing the paintball thing, right? because you're with Gritty and those guys. So that's awesome. That's something. And that's what I mean is when I talk about my 90-day mindset reset and, we talk about the exercise and, the body is so important, the temple and this and that. That's why I say when we start out with, with my clients and whatnot, I start out saying, listen, you don't have to work out multiple hours throughout the day. Like you don't have to be super intense. Minimum 20, 30 minutes, and it could just be walking. That walking is so beneficial. It can be simple. Not with them. Oh, okay. But that's something that you can do is just simply go for a walk. That is extremely beneficial. And in fact, when I restarted my fitness journey quite a few years ago, that's one of the things that I would do sometimes is just walk. And that's why on my off days, that's why I just walk or ruck sometimes, because I just want to move. And it's so good to move. And especially if you can do it outside, in the fresh air. Be safe with it, depending on if it's too hot or too cold, obviously, but that's more extreme. So let me know how I can support you though, Harmonic Dog. Absolutely. Going to start my physical therapy soon. So looking forward to that. That's good. No, that's awesome. Keep me posted. I'm curious how that all goes down and keep me posted on that. And if you want any other information or you need some support, don't be afraid to hit me up. Shoot me a DM, let's get involved. I'll support you how I can. If you want to go through some coaching stuff too, yeah, shoot me a DM with your email address and we can get you some information and whatnot too, for sure. Absolutely. Mindset journal, whatever it is. I'll definitely help you and support you where I can. I appreciate you being on here. Absolutely. Devin, you too. Everybody that's been on today. This has been fantastic. My boy Derek was on earlier and I missed it because I was watching here and I wasn't looking on my YouTube. So I apologize for that, Derek, if you're seeing this live or on the replay. But that being said, it's been about an hour and 20 minutes. You've done some mindset training. That's awesome. That is fantastic. That is super cool. I love it. See, that's the thing is there are a lot of people out there that do, that try and build your mindset and talk to the mindset or their mindset coaches or wellness coaches. And it's phenomenal because one person can't cater to everybody, right? And you, for instance, just specifically, you're not going to relate to everybody the same way. So one person might be right for you, but it's not right for the next person. You know what I mean? As far as like a coach and a mentor. A specific example of this, I talk about my boy Trapper all the time. If you've been on any of my lives, you've heard of him. He'll be on actually his podcast. One of our podcasts will drop tomorrow where he was on and we were chatting. He and I had growing up, we played sports together and we had all the same coaches and we had different experiences with those coaches, So, we relate to everybody. And that's why I think that there's room for a lot of different coaching styles, coaching people, because not everybody's going to relate to everybody. Like there's going to be some people that I don't relate to or people that don't relate to me. And that's perfectly fine. That's a big part of my mindset coaching as well, is just because I do something doesn't mean that it's right for you. I'm going to tell you what's worked for me and tell you the principles and the foundation around it, but we're going to find what works for you, not just what works for me. Just because it does work for me doesn't mean it will for you. And that's a large portion of what I teach and preach as well. We've got to figure out what works for you. In fact, that's that ignite your self-confidence so that you can create a better future. It's all based around you. And part of the why about that is everybody has their own spark, right? That's one of my hows. Everybody has something that inspires them, that motivates them, that drives them. And it's different for everybody. And so we've got to find that and build upon that so that you want to make changes, that you want to do the things. And that's one of the things that I try to help you do through my mindset coaching as well. So I appreciate this, everybody that was on, everybody that's on still. Dude, Trap. Oh, man, you must have heard me talking about you. Did you hear me talking about you, Trap? Are you, Trapper, what are you up to right now? What are you doing? Oh, did you say? Oh, man. Dude, Trapper. That's my boy right there. I was just talking about you. It actually was good things. We were just talking about so Harmonic Dog was talking about how he's done some mindset training. And I said, that's phenomenal. I love it that there's so many people out there and so many different coaches and people that do talk about mindset and wellness in general, because not everybody relates to everybody, right? The example that I use is you and I grew up playing sports, and we definitely had the same coaches, but we had different experiences with those coaches, so that's why I was talking about. And I was like, yeah, if you've ever been on my lives, you know I've talked about Trapper. So are you getting ready to go live? I was actually just getting ready to jump off, but if you wanted to do something together, maybe we could for a little bit. I'm sure you're busy too. I know you've just got back to town and doing your thing. So, but Harmonic Dog, I want to say thank you again for you being here and chatting. Yeah, Trap's working. Good. I love it. Yep. That's fantastic, dude. We need to get to our thing tomorrow too. We need to figure out if there's a time when we can touch base tomorrow. But anyway, with that, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for being on, letting me ramble, hopefully helping you with your mindset and just hanging out. But thank you again. And we will catch you next time. I will be better at creating a good schedule that everybody can follow. I appreciate you. Potts, Tony, we're just getting out of here. Hey, you have the best day too, Trap. Harmonic Dog, I know you're still here. Devin, you were on earlier. Tommy, you were here. Gritty, Gritty's other boy. I don't remember your name. I do apologize. DJ, everybody, thanks for Ricky, everybody that was here hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys. As always, I'm grateful for you guys. Always. We will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Looking forward to joining. Yeah, absolutely. Mystic Mamo, thanks for coming in real quick, but we are out of here. We'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you. See ya.